When you get ready to start your element of art value here, you're going to be doing a 10-part value scale up the side, and you're just going to mimic what you see here. And then you're going to mimic the sphere at the bottom, and you're going to work on shading that. Let's start with the sphere. One of the things you have to remember is that just because the value is showing somewhat of a diagonal, you still have to be very careful, and you need to shade with that object. So even if it's coming across this direction, or your value and your shadow is, you have to still make sure you're going side to side, or your object is still going to look flat. So you're going to match those values. You can use a regular pencil, you can use a drawing pencil. This is an HB. If you can't get it dark enough, then you have to you can get a different type of pencil, and you're just going to mimic that, but you're still going to go to the side. You're going to do blending. So if you're using your mechanical pencil, remember that that's going to be difficult to see because it's not going to smooth in or smooth out. And you can layer your value to make it darker without a lot of pressure, and you can work on your paper in any direction. You can turn it, but you're going to match that value. And then you're going to take your blending stump once it's done, or as you go, and you're going to smooth that in. You're going to stay inside of your shape, and you're going to also match your shadow at the bottom. And then you'll do the same thing with that, and you will smooth it in. And you'll go all the way over. You'll match if it's all darks, and then you're going to have your highlights, because you can see that that's going to be your white area. You're going to have your lighter areas, your lighter values here, your medium to your dark to your darkest. And you've got those labeled here. Now, on your 10-point value scale, I know that these sort of resemble each other, but you still have to make them look like those. You're just imitating those. You can add a little bit of gray here. If your paper looks gray, you can come in and just lay in a value, or you can leave it completely white, which is what it's supposed to be, but it copied that way. And then you can start dark and go to light, or you can start light and go to dark. However that you do it, it needs to be light. I would recommend side to side. It seems to make it a little bit easier to stay inside of the space. And then you'll do the same technique with blending, and you'll pull this off. And then remember, if it's too dark, you can easily take a kneaded eraser and pull that back off, and you're going to work your way across. And that's how you do your value scale, and you're going to work your dark to light, light to dark. And then if you put in a value and it doesn't match the box above, or it looks like your box to the left, or in whichever way you're working, then you have to figure out how to correct that. Maybe you need to take your kneaded and just gently pull some of that value off and then put it back on. It's really up to you. You know how to blend. And you're just doing another exercise to do a value scale with that and with your sphere.